U.S. military.
We have very bad laws for
You're
our
gonna be
border.
a prisoner.
And we are going to be doing some
gonna
things.
steal
I've
somebody's
been speaking
key
with
card.
General
You're gonna
Mattis.
escape
We're going to
and
be
get a
doing
key
things
card.
military until
see.
we can have a wall and
Take
proper
'em.
security.
Wrong
We're
way.
going to be
Sorry.
guarding our border with the
I'm
military.
not a noob. I'm not
It's a
noob.
big step. We really haven't done that before, or certainly not very much before.
A short while later, he was asked to clarify his remarks and said this.
We are preparing for the military to secure our border between Mexico and the United States. We have a meeting on it in a little while with General Mattis and everybody, and I think that it's something we have to do.
Among the people most surprised by the president's idea to use the military? The military. Multiple officials tell ABC News there have been no specific proposals yet developed to use the military on the border. But the president has been told recently that he has the authority to deploy National Guard troops. That authority, however, is limited. The military cannot be used for domestic law enforcement, such as detaining illegal border crossers. The latest idea comes a week after the president proposed via Twitter using the military budget to build the wall. But that idea, almost certainly not within his authority, has been put on the back burner, according to a senior White House official.
All right, let's get to Jonathan Karl. He joins us now from the White House. And John, Mexico tonight is responding to the president's proposal to secure the border with the U.S. military.
The Mexican ambassador to the United States has issued a statement saying that he is seeking clarification from the State Department and the Department of Homeland Security. And Tom, the ambassador adds this: we share the idea of a secure border, but we do not always agree on how to achieve that goal. Tom?
Jonathan Karl for us tonight. Jonathan, thank you. Next, the Russia investigation has resulted in its first criminal sentencing. Dutch lawyer Alex van der Swaan ordered to serve 30 days in prison for lying about his work in Ukraine with two targets of special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. One-time Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort and his deputy Rick Gates. With that sentence of prison time, Mueller is signaling that he is taking a tough line. Next, EPA Chief Scott Pruitt is still on the job tonight, despite a growing cloud of controversy. Today, Pruitt scrapped Obama-era fuel standards for cars and trucks, a key piece of President Trump's agenda. The president and Chief of Staff John Kelly both called Pruitt to tell him they have his back at the same time that the White House has him under investigation. Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
With calls growing for him to fire his embattled EPA chief, President Trump today was pressed on where he stands.
Scott Pruitt, sir? Do you support Scott Pruitt?
I hope he's going to be great.
Overnight, the president called Pruitt. His message, according to an administration official, keep fighting. We have your back. But privately, sources say the president is frustrated with all the controversy. White House lawyers are now investigating Pruitt's living situation after ABC News reported on his alleged sweetheart real estate deal. Pruitt renting a room in this D.C. apartment last year for just $50 a night, far below the cost of similar units. The owner, the wife of a lobbyist who has energy clients doing business with the EPA. Today, new questions about that relationship. While Pruitt was living in the apartment, the EPA greenlighted a major pipeline project for a Canadian energy company, represented by that lobbyist. In a statement to the New York Times, the EPA says any attempt to draw a link between the deal and the living arrangement is patently false, and insists the lease on the apartment was consistent with federal ethics regulations. And that lobbyist says he has not lobbied the EPA during the Trump administration. Pruitt is also under fire for reportedly giving two top aides large salary hikes, even after the White House refused to sign off. Using a little-known loophole, Pruitt did it anyway, giving one aide a nearly $57,000 pay raise. We caught up with Pruitt today. Administrator Pruitt, do you have the president's support? Was it a mistake to rent that apartment?
And Mary joins us from Washington. Mary, some Republicans are now calling for Pruitt to resign, and I understand it didn't happen there, but he just commented about the cloud of controversy surrounding him.
Tom, two Republicans are now calling for Pruitt to go. And just now, in an interview with the Washington Examiner, Pruitt rips into what he calls toxic Washington, saying his critics, quote, will resort to anything to stop the Trump agenda. Tom.
Mary Bruce with that new development tonight. All right, Mary, thank you. The Department of Homeland Security revealing a startling discovery: secret listening devices installed all around Washington, D.C. that could intercept cell phone calls. Who might be tapping into those calls? Here's ABC's Chief Global Affairs Correspondent, Martha Raddatz.
Tom, for the first time, the Department of Homeland Security is acknowledging publicly that unauthorized devices, rogue devices, were found around the nation's capital, devices which could be used by foreign spies or criminals to track individual cell phones and intercept calls and messages. These so-called cell phone site simulators, like the one you saw, trick mobile devices into locking onto these rogue sites instead of the real cell towers. DHS has not identified who is behind this or where exactly the devices were placed. This remains a real mystery. DHS saying only they have observed anomalous activity. Tom?
Spy games at a whole new level. All right, Martha, thanks so much. No end in sight for the teacher protests in Oklahoma. Hundreds of teachers at the state capitol, you see them there again today, meeting with legislators, asking for more funding for their schools. Many schools across the state have canceled classes again tomorrow, the third day of the action. Next, a dramatic video of accidents at railway crossings one day after we showed you a train slamming into a truck in Georgia. Video of another accident emerging, this one also in Georgia. The driver getting away just moments before that happened. ABC's Steve Osunsami with the question, how safe are America's railroad crossings?
He's so screwed.
Federal railroad officials, John, say that on average, what's about to happen in this cell phone video takes place about 3 times a day in America. This was in the suburbs north of Atlanta on Monday. The truck appears to have bottomed out trying to cross the railroad tracks, and there's a sign here warning trucks to keep away. A crew member on the train had to be hospitalized. Witnesses say the truck driver got out in time.
When the train struck the truck, it was the biggest, loudest boom.
Just 2 days earlier, here it is about to happen again, about an hour west of Atlanta. This time it was a tractor-trailer stuck on the tracks. Last year, 155 people were killed in these train collisions, including 3 who died at this railroad crossing in Mississippi.
There are more than 1,300 of these accidents at railroad crossings every year, and the calls for change are getting louder. Tom?
Steve, thank you. And there's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Tuesday. The high-end smash and grab. A pair of suspects caught on camera breaking into a jewelry store, a huge haul, and what authorities are asking the public tonight. Plus, the chilling new twist. The suspect who allegedly killed his new wife. He said he took too much cold medicine. Was he obsessed with a fictional serial killer? And the deadly plane collision, the tail of a jet ripped away. The 2 people in the other plane would not survive. Stay with us.
Liberty Mutual stood with me when this guy got a flat tire in the middle of the night.
Hold on, Dad. Liberty did what?
Yeah, Liberty Mutual 24-hour roadside assistance helped him to fix his flat so he could get home safely.
My dad says our insurance doesn't have that. Don't worry, I know what a lug wrench is, Dad. Is this a lug wrench? Maybe.
You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Oh, ow.
Hey, Scout. What's with the itches and scratches?
It's these fleas and ticks. Ow. I'm getting bit like crazy. Got any ideas for me?
Well, not all products work the same. That's why my owner gives me Canine Advantix 2. It kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes, too?
Yep, kills all 3 through contact. No biting required.
Wish my owner knew about Canine Advantix 2. Ow.
Well,
Using the rocket feed.
Glorious.
Protect against the bites that can spread disease. Canine Advantix 2. Wise choice.
Dear foremothers, your society was led
We
by a
stop
woman
pressing stop. Let go.
who governed thousands, commanded armies, yielded to no one. When I found you in my DNA, I learned where my strength comes from. My name is Courtney McKinney, and this is my Ancestry DNA story.
Now with 5 times more detail than other DNA tests. Order your kit at AncestryDNA.com.
At this point in my life, I know what I like, which is why I use Consumer Cellular. I get unlimited talk and text for just $25 a month with no contract.
JD Power recognized Consumer Cellular for outstanding customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, Consumer Cellular is an approved AARP provider, so members get exclusive discounts.
Switching was easy. I've got everything I want for half what I used to pay, and that's the way I like it.
Get wireless the way you like it. Call, go online, or find us at Target.
Back now with a bizarre twist in a grisly murder case. An aspiring pastor accused of fatally stabbing his wife, telling a 911 dispatcher he took too much cold medicine. Now, new court documents that may reveal a chilling obsession with a very violent film. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
Investigators say they discovered the secret life of a North Carolina man who said too much cough medicine is to blame in the alleged killing of his wife.
I have blood all over me, and there's a bloody knife on the bed, and I think I did it.
29-year-old Matthew Phelps, an aspiring pastor, was charged in September for fatally stabbing his wife after making this 911 call.
I took Chlorocidin. I know it can make you feel good, so a lot of times I can't sleep at night.
An autopsy showed Lauren Phelps was stabbed 123 times. New court documents show police say Phelps was obsessed with the movie American Psycho, and that his private Instagram shows him dressed as the main character, a serial killer. And according to court documents, a friend told police that Phelps expressed interest in what it would be like to kill someone. Bear, the maker of Chlorocidin, tells ABC News there is no evidence to suggest that Chlorocidin is associated with violent behavior.
This is about stabbing someone 123 times.
Oh my god.
That makes it a lot harder to blame it on just about anything.
Phelps is behind bars tonight. He's being held without bond. We have reached out to his attorney. We have not yet heard back. Tom?
Eva, thank you. And when we come back, the high-dollar heist. Police looking for this couple. Take a close look. The clue involving her hair braid. Why authorities believe they're behind the hit. And the man who designed what was billed as the world's tallest water slide behind bars after a little boy died on the ride. Stay with us.
See, look at that blue cornet. See, a blue cornet. I see a blue cornet.
Metastatic breast cancer, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of her body. She's also taking prescription Ibrance with an aromatase inhibitor, which is for postmenopausal women with hormone receptor positive, HER2 negative metastatic breast cancer as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ibrance plus letrozole was significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus letrozole. Patients taking Ibrance can develop low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infections that can lead to death. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are pregnant, breastfeeding, or plan to become pregnant. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite. Alice calls it her new normal. Because a lot has changed, but a lot hasn't. Ask your doctor about Ibrance, the #1 prescribed FDA-approved oral combination treatment for HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, you get straightforward advice, tailored recommendations, tax-efficient investing strategies, and a dedicated advisor to help you grow and protect your wealth. Fidelity Wealth Management.
You might take something for your heart or joints, but do you take something for your brain? With an ingredient originally found in jellyfish, Prevagen is the #1 selling brain health supplement in drugstores nationwide. Prevagen, the name to remember.
Right? That's on my phone.
From only the thickest, juiciest Heinz tomatoes, no one grows ketchup like Heinz. If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis, little things can be a big deal. That's why there's Otezla. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats differently. For psoriasis, 75% clearer skin is achievable with reduced redness, thickness, and scaliness of plants. And for psoriatic arthritis, Otezla is proven to reduce joint swelling, tenderness, and pain. And the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Tell your doctor if these occur. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Other side effects include upper respiratory tract infection and headache. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
All right.
Time now for the Index, and the man who designed a Kansas water slide that killed a boy is under arrest tonight. 72-year-old John Schooley, met by agents at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport as he arrived on a flight from China, now facing a second-degree murder charge. He and a co-owner of the Schlitterbahn Water Park accused of building what they called the world's tallest water slide in Kansas without the proper expertise. 10-year-old Caleb Schwab died on a 17-story ride back in 2016. An Indiana fire department mourning two of its own killed in a deadly plane crash. Pipe Creek firefighters Kyle Hibbs and David Whitcamper killed during a plane crash at Merriam Municipal Airport. Their small plane, you see it there, slamming into a parked jet that had just landed, ripping off its tail and causing their aircraft to crash and ignite. The crash remains under investigation. In Sarasota, Florida, a high-dollar heist at a jewelry store. Two thieves in matching disguise using a crowbar to smash the display cases and grab up to $100,000 in jewelry and rare coins. Now take a look at this couple seen earlier in the day at a neighboring store asking suspicious questions. A similar braid on the female suspect also linking the two incidents. Police would like to talk to them. And 50 years ago today, Dr. Martin Luther King delivering what would be his final speech, saying he has been to the mountaintop, and this.
And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
In a programming note, we will be live in Memphis tomorrow night for the 50th anniversary of his assassination. And when we come back, the survival story, the boy swept into the sewer in Los Angeles, the race to rescue him tonight. He tells the tale. Stay with us.
ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, sponsored by Trivago. Some hotel websites are just too complicated. Click here and select that. What? A registration? What's up with all these pop-ups? And now they tell me it's fully booked. What a waste of time. All I really want is a good 4-star hotel with Wi-Fi, a spa, and to have Kitty with me. By simply telling Trivago what I want from my hotel, I find it for the best price. Hotel Trivago.
No matter how the markets change, at T. Rowe Price, our disciplined approach remains. Global markets may be uncertain, but you can feel confident in our investment experience around the world. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Patrick woke up with back pain, but he has work to do, so he took a leave. If he'd taken Tylenol, he'd be stopping for more pills right now. Only Aleve has the strength to stop tough pain for up to 12 hours with just one pill. Aleve, all day strong.
A golf club that only hits it straight. That's some kind of magic wand? Not quite. Just the result of Dell EMC working with Callaway to gather data and design best-in-class clubs, transforming the player into a bona fide golfer. Maybe it is a magic wand. Magic can't make digital transformation happen. But we can. That's the power of Dell EMC, part of Dell Technologies.
Whatever you do to stay healthy, you might be missing something. Your eyes. That's why there's Ocuvite. Ocuvite helps replenish nutrients your eyes can lose as you age. It has lutein, zeaxanthin, and omega-3. Ocuvite. Be good to your eyes.
Liberty Mutual stood with me when this guy got a flat tire in the middle of the night, so he got home safe.
Yeah, my dad says their insurance doesn't have that.
What? You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Polk County is one of the counties that you don't think about very much. It's really not very important.
I was in the Stone Ages as much as technology